WandaVision, episode 6. Wow, there was a lot of stuff. I was expecting a lot of stuff, and we got a lot of stuff. There's more stuff that happened that I'm going to talk about. But this video is going to have some spoilers. Be warned. Be advised. Spoilers. All right, let's go. The episode starts off like the other episodes. It starts off and it gives you an idea of what time period they're in, by which TV shows are popular. And the episode mimics the TV shows. My theory on that is Wanda grew up in Sokovia, on the show Sokovia, and she was poor, and her family was poor, so she probably didn't have a lot. She probably wanted to move to the great country America. She probably thought it was great. She ended up there, so she probably wanted to go there, and she probably got her eyes open to America through television. I was in the service. I went to Japan. I met some people there, and they thought that things that they were seeing on TV were actually, they thought like Happy Days and Gunsmoke, Full House was all the same time period. They were like, okay, out west, these guys still ride horses and carry guns on your hip. America's crazy, they got guns. They thought it was still happening. But their vision of America was what they saw on television. So I think that Wanda's vision of America growing up was what she saw on television. So her perfect life would be what she remembered would be good in America. Her thoughts as a child, this is what makes it good. Happy Days or whatever show popped into her head. In this particular episode, it was Malcolm in the Middle. I actually kind of like that show. It was a good show. Malcolm in the Middle. So her show starts off like that. It also starts off, this is the Halloween episode, so they're all in their Halloween / comic book costumes. Wanda comes down the stairs in her regular costume, right? And they say, hey, where are you? And she tells them that she's a Sokovian fortune teller, which kind of is a play, because in the comic books, she wasn't a fortune teller, but her mom was. They were, gypsy types. So I'm thinking, okay, all right, I get that. And then, Vision comes down, Dad comes downstairs in his Vision outfit, and he's like, yeah, I know that you like the lucha wrestlers. So he's supposed to be, a luchador. This episode does a lot. I want to bounce around a little bit. I'm not going in any particular chronological order, just the things that come to mind. Monica, Darcy looks at some information that the director had that's hidden behind firewalls. She breaks his firewalls and she looks at some of his hidden files. She finds out that he's tracking Vision. She also finds out that he's tracking Monica's blood work. Remember last episode, she had her blood work done. It looked all wacky. Well, he took a look at it, and it looks like when she went through the field the first time, she was changed. When she came back through the field again, she was changed a second time. And Darcy warns her, if you go back through that field again, I don't know what's going to happen to you. Dun, dun, dun! Spectrum, Captain Marvel, Photon, she's going to be a superhero, which will be kind of cool because she's one of my favorite heroes. She's got crazy powers. Then the brother finds out that he has super speed. And then later on in the episode, Wiccan finds out that he's got, magic powers. I was intrigued. All of this stuff, there's a ton of things happening. The townspeople apparently in the center of town, you're active. You're playing a part near Wanda, right? If you are not near Wanda and you're on the outskirts of town, Ellis Street or maybe closer, then you're just frozen in time, or you're repeating the same movement. Like Agnes is trying to hang clothes on a line, and she's just over and over and over and over. And as the camera closes in on her, she's got a tear in her eye. it's like she knows what's happening, but she can't do it. She's living inside of her head, and she's watching her body do things over and over. But I guess she controlled her body enough to cry. So there was that. Then later we see Agnes in a car. I guess she was just in the middle of the street in a car in a witch's outfit, which was kind of on the nose because in the comic book she's a witch. She's in a witch's outfit. The Vision sees her and talks to her. She can't remember where she's from. She can't remember anything about the city that she supposedly grew up in. And he talks to her, and then he does his magic touch. You know, he can set people free from Wanda's spell by like lightly phasing into their head, and it releases them. So it did. She was released, and she's like, "Oh my God, it's the Avengers! You're one of the Avengers. You're the Vision. Are you here to help us?" And he's like, "What are the Avengers?" He doesn't know, which has a lot of questions for me. That gives me a reason to ask a lot of questions. But he doesn't know that he's Avengers or what an Avenger is. And then she says, "Wait a minute, am I dead?" He's like, "Why?" She's like, "'Cause you're dead." And he's like, "Dead?" And she's like, "Yep." So she knows about events prior to being captured in this bubble. She also realizes she's captured in this bubble because he tells her he's going to try to get out and help everybody. And she says, "Nobody leaves." And then after that, she gets caught in a loop. Nobody leaves. Nobody leaves. Nobody. So he puts her back under. You know, he phases in her head again. So he realizes something really, really wacky is happening. The reason that he's out and about is because he had to lie to Wanda to get out the house. And she realizes he's not following the set script that she had, the script that she gave for Agnes. Like last episode, she's like, "You want me to take it from the top? Want me to start over?" Agnes is following the script. Herb is following the script. When Herb was going to violate the script, Agnes was like, "Don't do that." So something's happening. They not only know that they're being forced to do this, they not only know what they're doing but can't affect it. They also know that there's a penalty. So either Wanda is just bug crap crazy and she's threatened to kill all these people and they know it, or she has killed people and they've seen it, or there's a more powerful force that they understand to be more powerful. I'm thinking some of those people are dead, because when you saw the characters playing their truer selves, the comic book versions of themselves, Herb was playing Frankenstein, a dead man that was brought back to life. I caught that. And I'm thinking, okay, well, he's dead, cause, or at least dead-ish, because everybody's playing something, their true selves. And he was playing Frankenstein, and Frankenstein's monster was brought back from the dead. So I'm thinking, and he was brought back by several people's, parts put together to make him. So maybe several people are dead, but definitely I think Herb is dead, and maybe more people, which leads me to Mephisto again. I'm thinking it's gotta be Mephisto. It's gotta be. It was him in the comic books. It's gotta be him. They gotta introduce him, right? Multiverse of Madness. This leads into Multiverse of Madness. Who's the villain for Multiverse of Madness? We're probably going to find out in the next episode or two. And I'm thinking Mephisto. Doctor Strange has already fought the dreaded Dormammu. So now who's left for a big name for him? There's a few, but I'm thinking Mephisto. The devil for Marvel comic books. I can't wait. I can't wait. Monica gets a call and she says, "Oh, it's about the van. It's my guy." And I'm thinking, people who are smart enough in the comic books that are still alive, Tony Stark's dead, people are smart enough in Marvel comic books to build the van that she wants in the short time that she wants, that has the supplies, if you gave me some schematics, I could maybe use a screwdriver and put it together, but I don't own a $30 million van that I can just throw stuff on, right? So they gotta have access to these supplies, the money, the knowledge, and I'm thinking, who could do that? There's only a few people. Dr. Doom, Victor Von Doom, which she's probably not calling. That's not going to be her guy. Hank McCoy, who is a mutant on the X-Men team. He's Beast. Probably not yet. Reed Richards. They kind of made mention of people, and I think it was the second episode, where people are going, they don't want to go into space anymore because of some type of an accident. I'm thinking maybe a cosmic accident? That energy that they're talking about that's been around since the dawn of the universe, and in comic books they call it cosmic energy. Maybe there's a problem with that. I don't know. I'm sure we'll find out. So maybe Reed Richards is around. But when she said my guy, it made me think about I think his name's Adam Brashear, who is the Blue Marvel, who is a dude that dated Monica Rambeau / Photon, Spectrum, Captain Marvel, etc. Dated her in the comic books. So that would be her guy. And when she said that, I was like, oh, that's a hint. My God. I'm watching these episodes, and every single thing that happens, I'm like, oh. Let me look and see if I remember something about that. Or I'm thinking, oh, that reminds me of this, or that, or this, or that. The Vision seems like he's trapped in the Truman Show. Remember where Jim Carrey was stuck? He was the only one that didn't really know what was going on, and the world around him was all fake. The sky was fake. The people were fake. And slowly he started to realize what was going on. The Vision is in the Truman Show, which for this case would be the WandaVision show. You know? I'm thinking House of M show. The Truman Show. That's what a Vision is. That's what it reminds me of. Because he's slowly, just like Truman, he's slowly starting to put together what's going on. And he's like, this ain't real. He's starting to get it. This also reminds me of a comic book called The Morgana Conquest. And where a wizard, a sorceress, a fairy, evil chick called Morgana Lee Fay fights the Avengers. And in order to beat them, she traps them in a world that she's more accustomed to. It was a Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table type world, and she pulls them in there. And I think Spider-Man realized what was going on. They called him the Spider. So they try to fight him, but Captain America gets changed, Iron Man gets changed, all of them get changed into versions of what she would perceive them to be in her time. That's kind of like what's happening here. Wanda is changing people into what she perceives them to be. Quicksilver, there's something happening with him. He could very well be, he could be Quicksilver from another universe brought to this universe. She feels that he's her brother, so she accepts it even though he doesn't look or act like her brother. 2, he could be just a different face on her dead brother, another actor playing that same role. She knows him. They're kind of glossing over the fact that it's a different actor because he mentions in the episode that he knows how he died. 3, she could have animated a corpse, or maybe Mephisto brought a corpse to life so that she could animate it as her dead brother. But he does have super speed powers, but if it's Mephisto running everything, there's no problem for him. I think it's going to be one of those 3. I hope that he's brought from the other universe. Then that opens the door for other mutants to come across. That's how Deadpool could get here. That's how the X-Men could get here. Maybe the Fantastic Four are already here. Who knows? There's a host of villains and heroes that they could bring from different parts of the multiverse, which leads into the next movie. But I think he's going to be one of those 3. We're going to find out together. But this episode of WandaVision was so good that I am going to give it 9 bags of popcorn. And I didn't even talk about the ending, which was incredible, expanding, enlarging. It was growing on me. You see the episode, you'll know what I'm talking about. That was a good episode, but that's what I think. More importantly, what do you think? Now that you've seen it, or at least you've seen me talking about it, let's talk about it in the comments. And as always, if you like the video, if you like the content, subscribe. And then like.
Popcorn passport. Get your popcorn passport.